All right, everyone. Today is Sunday. I hope you all are having a really good weekend and things are going well for you. I wanted to make a short video on a method that I use for cutting sheet metal. Um, what I did was a few years ago, I had a project where I needed to cut metal and it was in sheets, or I was cutting beams up that wouldn't fit. They were 6x6 by quarter-inch wall structural steel tubes, and I had a Milwaukee 14-inch carbide tooth, a chop saw, I guess, for lack of a better word. And the material was just way too big for the saw. So I was at Home Depot and I saw they had this worm drive Skil saw that had an 8-inch. It took an 8-inch blade, so it had about a 2-inch capacity, and that really made a lot of sense to me because I could just, work my way around a large piece of material and just flip it over and then make my cuts, and do all my layout with a square. And that really appealed to me. And then also the idea of being able to go out and do, or just to be able to cut like 2-inch square tubing without having to lug around a 14-inch chop saw, because sometimes those chop saws, they can get really heavy and they're just kind of annoying to lug around. So after kind of thinking about this worm drive saw I saw at Home Depot, I went ahead and bought it. I've had it for probably maybe 3 to 4 years, possibly 5 years ago. And it's one of those things where I had my doubts and it held up really well, and I just wanted to cut a sheet of plywood up with it, just to kind of show you what it can do, just in case if any of you guys are out there, you might have a project coming up where you need a different way of being able to cut metal. So let me sit tight for 1 second. Let me get you turned around and we'll get into this a little bit further. All right, so here's the saw. It has the same weight and feel as I guess anybody who's been in carpentry, like some of you guys who like the old school, like the veterans, like a Skil saw, like I think it's called a Magnum 77. But it's based on that same platform. It takes a 2-inch blade. It has this is a kind of a trap that catches all the chips and stuff. And believe it or not, it does actually work pretty well when you get it lined up like so. Of course, it's going to do this to me when I'm trying to make a video. There it goes. Anyways, it was really appealing to me. I watched a couple other videos on it, just wasn't sure about it. Went ahead and took the plunge. And so sometimes I get projects where I normally use a plasma cutter. I have a Hypotherm. It's over there. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. It's a 350 model. It was one of the very early ones that came out. It's probably about 25 years old, and it works really, really well. And at some point I will, do a more in-depth review. So anyways, back to the saw. Sorry. So one of the things I like about this saw, it has the distance from the blade to the outside edge is exactly 2 inches. And for my straight edge that I use for making straight cuts, I use a piece of aluminum bar stock that's 3/8 by 2 because it's just really nice and straight. It's really consistent. It won't flex when I'm running up against it. And so what you'll do is you'll make your mark, do the back side of your edge, flip it over, and that gives you your 2 inches exactly, and you're good to go. So anyways, I want to get you guys set up in the stand, and let's cut a sheet of 3/16 hot rolled steel, and let's see how it goes. It's probably gonna drop off towards the end here just because it's heavy, so I might struggle with it towards the end of the video, or the end of the cut there, I should say. So anyways, sit tight for 1 second. Let me get turned around. All right. As you guys could see in the video, I mean, for just being able to blaze through a sheet of 3/16, just does a phenomenal job. And I feel like this is a happy medium between a plasma cutter and an abrasive wheel in a 4.5 inch grinder, because I feel like the market is just flooded with inexpensive plasma cutters, and if the price is too good to be true, it usually is. And I've always just kind of gone by this motto of how much does it cost to be cheap. So anyways, I've been really impressed with this saw. So let me get you guys set up, and we'll see if we can just break down this whole sheet here and see how it goes. Hold on one second. All right, here we go. I apologize to the people that are wearing headphones. Watch your ears. So as you can see there, for just cutting through some 3/16 plate, sorry if I sound repetitive, but it is just slick. There's no slag. There is a sharp edge, but you can just take and hit it with like a flap disc or a soft pad and just knock it off, so you have a really nice piece of material to work with. Let's get set up and take another drag. All right, here we go. Getting set up for our fourth cut here. Another thing too, that this is a really, really inexpensive alternative to a shear, because I feel like an entry-level shear that is of any type of quality conservatively would probably be anywhere between like $20,000 to $30,000. And it's a lot easier to store this on your truck than it is a shear. Let's go. All right, let me get you guys set up here. Let me get set up so I can break these down into 24-inch squares. And then after that, I'll kind of explain what I'm going to be using them for. Sit tight. All right, I'm ready to make my other cuts here. So if you can see that there in the video, I have a smaller straight edge. I have a series of like a straight edge that's like 18 inches, and I think that one there's like 36 inches, and then I have like one that's it's almost 8 foot, I think. And so I just have a series of those, so it's really easy to get set up, just depending on the size of material that I need to break down. So here we go. All right, you guys, I think you guys get the point. I thought about blowing through the whole sheet of plywood, but then again, it's like, really? So anyways, here's what we got here. I don't know if you can see that. So basically what I do, that is going to, so I'm building a fire pit. This is the grate right here. This is the inside of the fire pit. Sorry, it's up kind of tall here. It has a probably about 8-inch lift. So the floor that's going to go in, I'm just going to weld on those sheets to the bottom. Even though I just need one, I just want to have all the other parts ready to go. So anyways, it's going to be 3/16 plate here. The reason why I like to build my fire pits so heavy is because, first of all, I like the idea, anytime like it's cold and you want to create heat, is the whole theory behind having good thermal mass. So once you get this thing heated up and it really, you start radiating heat out of it, you don't have to have a massive blaze going the whole time. And it just, it makes it easier if you have like a group of friends over for a party, or you're entertaining, or if you're, even if somebody at a resort winds up purchasing this, it's just a really solid thing. The other thing is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen fire pits that are commercially available, like at Ace Hardware, Lowe's, Home Depot, blah, blah, blah. They're made out of like 23 gauge metal. They last for one season, and it gets rained on or snowed on one time and the thing melts. And it's like, I just, it ain't gonna work. Anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. I hope you found this informative and useful. If any of you are out there who have seen this saw or have been thinking about it or are considering it, hopefully it'll work out for you. And it's definitely because I've had it for so long, and this isn't like an open box video, and I've had it for quite a while, and I know it works, and I would feel good about recommending it. There is a place here in Arizona, it's called Copper State Nut and Bolt, and they carry the 8-inch Freud blades, because I think you only get one blade with it, and they only sell the 7¼ inch Freud blades at Home Depot. I think they're called the Steel Demon or something like that, and all they have are the 7¼ inch. But at Copper State Nut and Bolt, you can order the 8-inch ones, and they're very reasonably priced. I'm not endorsed by Copper State Nut and Bolt, but just every time that I've gone in there, they've always just been really good to me and really fair to me, and I feel like their prices are really fair. Anyways, thanks again. Sorry, I feel like I'm rambling. Be blessed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Even if you're just passing through, if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be great. Anyways, peace out.